would like to talk about that jump from an HBCU to a PWI. You know, you went from Hampton to Columbia. Um, Similarly, I went from Morehouse to NYU. So we're both in New York. And I feel like although HBCUs are on the rise, and especially after the affirmative action and all that, I think we'll see more people, that look like us going to HBCUs. But I still feel like there's that stigma that do HBCUs really prepare you for the real world or prepare you
Hmm.
for, to put you in good positions, after it. Like, and I feel like if you go to HBCU, you get the best of both worlds. You get a good education, but then you also have that experience with people that look like you. Um, and it helped me, take that, have that transition from, to be at a PWI now at a high level. So you're at the Ivy League level and, doing sports management. So like, how has your HBCU just, prepared you for, that grad school life?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, like, just putting it out there, Hampton has taught me not just, what to do in the classroom, but just to know my worth in general. Like knowing that I belong in places, knowing that I was here for a reason, so I deserve to be here. Those are two things that Hampton has really taught me. And I thought, I'm like, all right, my high school was predominantly white. Like, I'm not gonna have a problem with going to Columbia. Like, it's nothing new. But once you step in that classroom and you realize, like, there's not many people that look like me. There's probably one other black woman, black male in my class. Is like, all right, like this is a little different. Like you kind of start to, fall back into your shell a little bit. You're not as, open to presenting, to raising your hand, to speaking in
Mm-hmm.
class, to just participating. Like it's an internal thing. You start to feel, they call it imposter syndrome. Like you start to feel a little bit of that. But then, thinking back to Hampton, it's like, all right, they taught me I deserve to be here. Like I'm here for a reason. Like out of all the applicants, they chose me to be here. So I'm not gonna let, just not being the only black woman, being one of the only black women in my class, I'm not gonna let that stop me from, furthering my education. Um, but it was an easy transition. Like coming here, Hampton during the dorms, I had the same roommate, and you know, their dorms, I could literally reach my arm out and touch my roommate. Like that's how close
Yeah.
Hampton dorms were. But here it's like, all right, I have my own room, I have my own kitchen, just own apartment. Like I'm truly living by myself, and I'm in this huge city. Like that's a lot to
Yeah.
just kind of process. And so I had that on top of, just the workload that Columbia just provides. Like I had 4 classes and I had stuff due every week. I had 4 case briefs for law and ethics. I had a group project and also a quiz for marketing. I had a whole finance assignment to do. I had readings to do for my foundations class. Like there's a lot, and it's like, all right, like I gotta be able to do all of this. Also making the transition to living by myself in New York, to also just adapting to the new lifestyle that I'm in. Like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Hampton, I was able to just like get my work done right then and there and then move on, and all the classes kind of went together. But here it's like, all right, I
Yeah.
got all this work. Like I got to really
You
buckle
gotta
down.
do it though. You really gotta do it. Like,
Like I look coming into it, I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Like I'll have a couple missed assignments, but then once you find your groove, you're like, all right, like this actually isn't that bad. Like
yeah.
it's actually it's kind of, you put yourself in a cycle. And I would always take Thursday off. Like I'm like, all right, I don't have classes on Thursday. Let's
Yep.
take a breather Thursday and this at least start something Friday, do Saturday, Sunday. And like if I need to, I could work on some stuff, early Monday in the day because I have late classes. So it was definitely a challenge that like I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it, but I had
Mm-hmm.
to think back like, all right, like I was prepared for this. Like I'm here for a reason. I'm in this position for a reason. Like I can do it. And don't get me wrong, like the work is hard. It's hard. It's not easy work, but
Yeah.
it's I signed up for this. So I'm like, all right, if I signed up, I know what I can do. And I took the harder classes first semester too, which probably wasn't the smartest idea. But
But
now I'm looking back, I'm like, it's over
it's out
now.
the way now. Right,
I'm like,
right.
it's over now. I didn't look at my grades once that last final was done. I didn't open Canvas. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
look at my grades or anything. I'm like, all right, it's time for the next semester. Got to get ready for because I'm done in August and I'll be able to walk in May. So I'm like, all right, I got to be prepared
Of
for
August
the next
2020
steps
this year.
of this year. Yeah, it's only a year program, so I'm like, I gotta look forward. Can't be dwelling on the past, but I'm actually glad I took those hard classes and got those out the way because I hated finance. I was not good at finance, so now I know
Mm-hmm.
I will not take finance and just move on with life and go from there. But it was definitely a hard transition, but I think Hampton definitely prepared me for how to get myself through it.